Listen carefully. Mark the date. Remember what I'm telling you this, the 1st of January, 2025. Remember I'm telling you this, okay? Pay attention. What we are seeing and what you are going to see is an extension of what Soros has done before to the judiciary. And you're going to see it now spread to law enforcement. You are going to see a couple of things. Law enforcement incompetence fueled by a DEI and now an AARP, kind of a weird combination of incompetence, no information, strange behavior, changes in policy, changes in practice, barriers that are normally in Bourbon Street, things that are done, remove, change, no connection, no idea who said what, who's in charge. Today, you heard recently the first transgender Congress person. That's going to increase. You're going to see whatever Soros, and I say Soros and others, whatever they were doing to try to destroy the district attorneys around the country, you're going to see it now go, or attempt to go, despite the Trump onslaught, at the police and investigation level. DEI on steroids meets AARP. They're doing cattle calls for who is the obviously most seemingly incompetent appearing individual to scare the living bejesus out of the country. When I saw this crew today, this troika, this triad, this triumvirate, this trio, I thought, this is a joke. This is an absolute joke. So we're going to be talking about this. We're going to be talking about a little bit of Diddy and where that's going, a little bit of this, what CNN is about, and how the country is bereft, I say, of, and this is important, bereft of, for lack of a better word, comedy. There is this Whitney something that they're making out to be the most incredible, brutal takedown when she recited this rehearsed shtick about people who had already left on a network that was collapsing, and somehow she's being heralded as the next Lenny Bruce or Bill Hicks or Carlin or Dick Gregory or something. It's nothing. We'll talk about that. And also the indoctrination of lucidity and the Tesla explosion. Are we seeing the beginning? I don't know. But are we seeing the beginning of a wave of not so much terror, but a wave of calamity, a wave of, oh my God, what is this all about? So sit back, my friends, get ready to rumble. We are going to have a night you shan't forget on the first day of the new year. But first, are you hearing what they are saying, what financial forecasters are saying? Listen to this. New reports reveal that the average person has $8,674 in credit card debt. Plus, the total average consumer debt is a shocking $104,215 between mortgages, auto loans, student loans, credit cards, and unsecured loans. Unfortunately, without outside assistance, many will continue digging themselves deeper and deeper into the hole of debt. Now, I've advised and counseled friends and clients for years who want to take back control of individual debt about this secret weapon that has helped so many consolidate everything owed into one affordable monthly payment. They even helped negotiate a settlement agreement that will allow you to pay less than the total balance. Listen, they settled over $275 million in debt, and they've helped people become debt-free in an average of 28 months. I've had such an incredible experience referring clients and friends that I wanted to partner with them here and introduce their services to you, my loyal Lionel Nation family. If you want a helping hand to get out of debt, I absolutely, positively, and strenuously recommend booking a free consultation now by going to nodebtwithlionel.com. Look at the address. Once again, that's nodebtwithlionel.com. Use the link I've provided under the title. Listen to me. You can take control and learn how to get out of debt now. Now, my friends, this unconfirmed report has Lara Trump recorded singing expositions to be played as crowd dispersal and riot control. I can't verify this. I can't verify it for sure, ladies and gentlemen. But rumor has it, Lara Trump singing scares people to no end, can cause birds to reroute direction, and trains to derail. There is nothing more sad than somebody who thinks they can sing, but I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, where were you when you first saw, let me see, yes, when you first saw this?
In order to conduct this, he was hell-bent.
What the hell is this? What is this? Who is it? Was it Bert Mustin? Is this Judy Canova? Is this Ma Kettle? Irene Ryan? Granny Clampett? She's a year younger than me. I don't know where they got this one. Check out this, by the way, is Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick. She was from Oakland. Hello. Look at the one on the right. This is Latoya Cantrell. Doesn't this sound like Lana Cantrell or somebody from like the 3 Degrees? Or doesn't it sound like a Motown or like a chick group from the 70s or 80s? Latoya Cantrell. And this is, grandma here is Ann Kirkpatrick. I call this When DEI Meets AARP. I saw this, I said, get a hat that fits. Are you kidding me?
On creating the carnage and the damage that he did.
Now remember, this is a part, I respectfully submit, of a new Soros-like endeavor to completely have you lose whatever level of faith you had in the system with this. So that you think, Jesus, we went through it and we saw it through our own New York City Police Department with the biggest bunch of mumbling, monosyllabic oafs, one drool after another, finally removed by new police commissioner Jessica Tisch. Thank God. No thanks to Eric Adams. But you notice what you're doing? We're seeing incompetence. You saw incompetence when, remember when that little, what was her name? That McCarthy, that little Barbie doll, little kind of that little porky, I'm sorry, but that porky little, during the assassination attempt. Remember her? Kind of like that Melissa McCarthy kind of a thing, going for can't find her gun. You see what they're doing? They're indoctrinating you. They are conditioning you. They are acclimating you to complete and total. By the way, do not ruin Barney Fife. Do not even even sully his name. This is different. Barney says, nip it in the bud. Remember that? Look at this woman. Look. The hat doesn't fit. I thought, what is this? This is where we're going now, my friends. Get ready. It's going to get worse. Here she is.
Because of the nature
Oh, dear
and
God.
the indices that we have on the scene,
Oh, God.
and we have enough information
Who is
that the FBI will be taking over this investigation.
Look at Latoya there.
And with that, I am going to be asking, this is the assistant agent in charge.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Who's this? This is the assistant special agent in charge. This is Alethea Duncan. She's got a little stud in her ear, her nose. J. Edgar Hoover used to fire people years ago if they had pimples. I saw some guy with a red tie. Now we meet Alethea Duncan. She's the FBI, ASAC, assistant special agent in charge.
Duncan, Special Agent Duncan, and she has taken over this case on.
It's like her dentures don't fit or something. The enunciationist problem.
Behalf of us and the FBI. As always, we will be in partnership with all of our partners. But Agent
We're going to be in partnership with all of our partners, hence the term partner.
Duncan, if you want to have a few words for me.
Yeah,
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning. My name is Alethea Duncan. I'm the Assistant Special Agent in charge for FBI New Orleans.
FBI? This is the FBI? That was, dear God. This was, I don't know who this was, Grandma Moses over here, Granny Clampett. Now we got Alethea Duncan.
As Chief Kirkpatrick said, we'll be taking over the investigative lead.
Oh my God. Don't you feel like, oh no, you're taking over? I don't even know. Yeah, 15 dead so far as a total.
For this event. This is not a terrorist event.
This is not a terrorist event. Did you hear what Alethea Duncan said? And look at Latoya on the right. She goes, wait a minute, what? Latoya said it was a terrorist. Now we're finding out it did because they found an ISIS flag and there's others involved. This woman, look at that face. Does that tell you everything? She's saying, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I have no idea. That's the point, Alethea. Just talk. But I don't know what I'm doing. Precisely.
And I'm the Assistant Special Agent in charge for FBI New Orleans. As Chief Kirkpatrick said, we'll be taking over the investigative lead for this event.
For this event? What is she, an event planner? Was this a wedding? Listen to the tremulousness of her voice. Listen to it. To the timorous nature, the uncertainty. And check out old Bill Withers there on the right there looking at she's a woman. What do you mean there's no what are you talking about here?
This is not a terrorist
what you talk about,
event. What it is right now is their improvised explosive devices.
Now wait a minute. Excuse me. Why doesn't that not indicate a terrorist event? That's what IEDs. What do you think they use in Afghanistan?
That was found, and we are working on confirming if this is a viable device or not. As Chief Kirkpatrick said,
a viable device or not. The man just killed. 15 are dead, and she's worried about, we're going to find out whether the device we found, how about who he is, why he did it, are there others, are there going to be waves, is he lone wolf, is there going to be another one, why weren't the barriers up? Come on, Alethea.
We're asking everyone to stay away from Bourbon Street.
Okay, fair enough. That's another way, too, to kill the economy. By the way, any word on the Sugar Bowl or whatever? They can't? Unbelievable.
Specifically from Canal Street to St. Anne. That is my ask. Once again, stay away from Bourbon Street.
I can't hear you. Honey. What? Postponed until Thursday.
Canal Street all the way to St. Anne until we can figure out what is going on.
Until we can figure out, we're going to figure out what's going on. Doesn't she just instill upon you a sense of yes, thank you, Ephraim Zimbalist, move over. Remember Jim Kallstrom from New York? the FBI. Remember, hell, even Ray, even Struck and what's her face, at least seemed like they knew a little bit. This one, who's this? What is she, 12? She's the assistant ASAC?
Our goal is to provide you additional information at the 11 a.m. press conference. Thank you so much, and we will be in touch.
Yes.
We'll get in touch for this event. Unbelievable.
I will say that we want
Here she comes. Here comes Granny Clampett here.
our community and our visitors to continue enjoying. There's so much to enjoy.
There's so much to enjoy, even though we've said, don't come here. This, the left foot, look at this, the left hand, the right hand, there's much to enjoy. Have a nice etouffee, some type of maybe got muffalata, but don't come here. Enjoy the ambiance of New Orleans, but not in New Orleans. Go to some outlier parish. You only come to New Orleans for the French Quarter. What do you, huh?
About New Orleans, and we are going to make sure that our routes in the Superdome are safe today for the game.
The game which they're canceling until Thursday.
And yet we had this tragic event.
Look at it, we've had these tragic events. She acts like she's trying to explain why your puppy ran away.
And we're sorry again to everyone in our community. But we do want you to go about the day.
Go about the day, but don't come here.
As we say, just stay away from bourbon.
but the other outliers, you can go to Metairie.
Can you elaborate on the device? You did say something about the device.
We actually are not going to be taking questions this morning until we have more information.
Well, isn't that the purpose of this goddamn press conference? What is there to know? Did you look through the truck? Was there other stuff? Later on, we found out they had a cooler or some kind of a device. What about the ISIS flag? You didn't see this?
That's why we will give you an 11 o'clock briefing. So until then, please hold your questions. We will give you everything that we possibly can, okay? So 11 o'clock, we will see you at the headquarters, and we will go again from there, okay?
Chief, were the bullards engaged? Were the bullards engaged?
The device is confirmed? Thank you all. We will...
Look at this. You could not pick three of the most... We're going to get to the mayor in a moment. Dear God. It's like they said, come here, Grandma, come here. Put this hat on. It doesn't fit. Precisely. Go out and talk to these people. I don't know anything about it. Precisely.
See you at 11 a.m.
So,
Megan, Rob, if you're...
yeah, two things coming from that that we all sat here and took note. Two things. One, it seems to be an active hazard. There are IEDs or homemade bombs on scene. And two, Griff, and not weigh in here, the mayor called it a terrorist attack. The police chief said this was intentional based on what we know. And then the FBI agent, which is suspicious enough that the FBI is taking it over this soon.
I mean,
she got up there and said it was not a terrorist attack. You makes you wonder, did she misspeak? Is she trying to make
Do you think? Look at this. Okay, here we go. Let's get another one of these.
We'll be taking over the investigative lead for this event. This is not a terrorist event.
This is the worst one. You get a front angle. You get to see this, the timorousness.
What it is right now is their improvised explosive devices that was found, and we are working on...
Can you believe she said this? This is not... It's like Nathan Thurp. This is not a terrorist event at all. But we did find explosives. What?
Confirming if this is a viable device or not.
I always ask the question, who are these people always standing behind her? Who are these people? What are they?
As Chief Kirkpatrick said, we're asking everyone to stay away from...
Can you see her nose a little, not ring, but that nose stud?
That is my...
What is she, 12? See what they're doing? This is the assistant special agent in charge of the FBI.
Stay away from Bourbon Street, Canal Street, all the way to St. Anne.
You can see the terror. Look at the mayor on the right. Latoya. She's got her hat on.
11 a.m. press conference.
I don't know where I had her before. Unbelievable. Now, here's something funny. You're going to love this one. Let me get some reactions here. Ladies and gentlemen, DB says Barney Fife. Again, how dare you? How dare you even sully that great man's name? Carolina Guy says, well, here we are now in 2025. Let's go. Absolutely. Get ready, kids. Sicilian Boogeyman says, we here in Louisiana refer to the mayor of NO as Latoya the Destroya. That's funny. That's very good. Thank you. Freedom says, what's to investigate? A Looney Tune took a vehicle and used it as a killing machine. These FBI are a joke. Can't wait for MAGA man to flex this mess. Well, without the vision, I think we need to know a little bit more, especially when she says freedom. We found IEDs. Johnny Maz Spaz says, what drove me crazy watching it this morning was the person doing sign language, distracting. Isn't there something called closed caption? Absolutely. Do we need this? And White Monkey says, this is the best and brightest New Orleans has to offer. The world laughing at us. January 20th can't come quicker. Indeed. Linda Hauser says, cannot post. This is nuts. I guess this is a mirage we are reading. Thank you for that. Now, let me show you this one. You're going to love this. First, would you like to see this crazy killer? Would you like to see him? Anybody? Anybody want to watch him? Here he is.
And now live in Houston. And
this is Shamsuddin Jabbar, an IT professional from Houston, was raised in Texas, and was in the U.S. Army Reserve from 2015 to 2020. He was deployed by Deloitte Consulting. Here he is. This is the face of a crazed ISIS killer.
Texas, and now live in Houston. And I've been here all my life, with the exception of traveling for the military, where I spent 10 years as a human resources specialist and IT specialist.
Now, is his real name Shamsuddin Jabbar? Does he sound like somebody from the Middle East or somebody who took the name Shamsuddin Jabbar? Just asking.
Where I learned the meaning of great service and what it means to be responsive and take everything seriously, dotting I's and crossing T's to make sure that things go off without a hitch. So I've taken those skills.
Yeah, he took those skills all right. Then he sounds like he's just from here, and then took on the name, whatever it was. Now I want you to watch this very, very carefully. This is really good.
Them to my career.
Oh, would you stop it? Okay, this is the one I want you to hear. This is John Kennedy showed up. I think this is Alethea Duncan. I think he's standing in front. Now watch this. Watch carefully. I'm going to show you. He basically just walks in front of her like she doesn't exist. And he makes a joke about CNN standing, something about the placement. But this is, well, let me put it this way. This could very easily be construed as somebody just showing absolute and utmost contempt for, I believe, Alethea, I didn't make up, it doesn't matter, our Alethea Talandra. Anyway, Alethea Duncan, ASAC, Special Agent in Charge. All right, now watch this and watch carefully. Watch, pay attention, watch.
Can I say something? Tell me who you're with. WDSU. Okay, and CBS.
Now watch. Now stop right there and watch. Now I think this is Alethea Weapon. I think it's her. Now she's standing there, and you see on the right there, that's Granny Clampett on the right. She's got her badge on. And you got your sign woman there. She's going, and she always has to emote to be commensurate with the particular. Now watch Kennedy just move over and push her. Remember Trump at the G7? Watch this one. You're gonna love this. He basically shows, I'm the big dog. Get out of the way. Right. All right, watch this slowly.
That's unusual
watch
position.
It. Here we go. Moving. Look at Larlita. Look. See, she said, I gotta get out of here. Look at this. He just moves right.
You
doesn't say excuse me. Look at her. See her face? Did you see this? Watch this again. This is in terms of, Southern gentlemanliness. Watch this. Okay, watch this. This is very carefully now. Watch for. I wish I had a telestrator. Now watch what happens. She's standing there. He never says, "Excuse me, pardon me." It's like he doesn't even see her. Watch this. See that? She's feeling his. He's moving over. Now watch her face.
Usual position.
Look at this. He's moving over. Look at this. I'm stepping on my foot now. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Look at this. He's just moving. He's just right in front of her.
You wouldn't.
And now look at her face. Can you believe this shit? What is? You didn't notice that, did you? No, you didn't. You didn't notice it. It was incredible. Then, my friends, we have this. Remember this?
Copy.
Now, there we have. We had pictures of this all day long. Notice one thing which is very interesting. The illusion that having CCTV has in terms of instilling a sense of calm. We're great at it. We've got this Zapruder film. We got this back and to the left, and we still don't know what happens. We've got a picture of the car speeding up, or the truck rather, an EV. And by the way, it was a lease car. We got that. We got this blowing up. Every conceivable angle. We still don't know what happened. We still don't know what happened. K2 says, I would love for someone to ask her one simple question. What are your job duties? Not what your title is. On a side note, is there a prize for using partners twice in the same sentence? Yes. We were partners, enjoying the partnership, and we're partnering in the partnership. This is just, now at least she didn't go into a kind of, remember when Jesse Jackson, sometimes people will go into great details. The coordination of the concatenation around the nation, for the nation, is a sublimation of the time for coordination. That kind of, she didn't do that, which is very good. Now, Freedom says 10 people were killed. Actually, 15 were killed, right? 15 were killed, 30 injured. And how many injured? 35. And she calls it an event. What the hell is going on here? What a disgrace. I know an event. Linda says, enjoy. I will, certainly. Linda says, Three Stooges. Indeed. Now, let's just go on to a couple of other things, a couple of other pieces. This is very interesting. This is a CNN piece, CNN, on what happened regarding the Tesla.
Also revealed what was inside the truck, explosives that included fireworks, gas tanks, and camping fuel, and authorities believe that that was connected to a detonation system controlled by the driver. We're also hearing this same sentiment from Elon Musk, who tweeted out that they have now confirmed that the explosion was caused by very large fireworks and or a bomb carried in the bed of the rented Cybertruck and is unrelated to the vehicle itself. So he was clear to say that this was not an issue with the Cybertruck. And the sheriff also earlier said that they are checking for secondary devices. They're investigating many different leads, but he was clear to say that there does not appear to be any further threat to the Las Vegas community. That source.
Now, I would pick this young lady to run the show for my FBI. She knows what she's talking about, because half of the deal is not just saying it, but giving people a sense of, I know what I'm doing. Giving people the sense of countenance, giving people the sense of competence. Freedom says he is sick of hearing her bullshit. It's time to take charge. I love it. He is old school, the best. Just walks in front of her. I think it was a little rude though, but because he's Mr. Southern Gentleman, IRS. I don't know what happened before. I don't think that's going to play back. You watch. Why? It's all they've got. Oh, there you are. young lady, black woman, just walks in front of him. This old Southern guy just phone hole, leg hole, just moves his ass all over that. Watch what they do. Okay, in no particular order, ladies and gentlemen, I've got some other things which I want to just remind you. This is called, remember, the new thing, the new Soros, the new whatever is going to be a complete and total immersion of not only trans in terms of courts and things like that, but incompetence everywhere. You're going to become acclimated. You're going to be Barney Fife, your Keystone Cops. You're going to be, by the way, remember the three people that I have always enjoyed in my life. They're some of my heroes. Barney Fife. Barney Fife was the first. Think about Barney Fife. Sheriff Andy Taylor at the height, not the height, but the height, the Vietnam War. You had this gentrified sheriff who never even carried a gun. And then there was this psychotic, angry Barney who wanted to kill, but he only had a bullet, just one bullet. He had a very large service revolver. And he was absolutely perfect. It was gorgeous. Freedom says, your humor is addicting. Never stop, sir. I shan't. Thank you. But Barney Fife was a hero of mine. Ted Baxter. Ted Baxter was, again, I'm not going to go through this, presaged the jadrules that we have today. And the other one was Howard Beale. I'm mad as hell. This is what everybody in the news world wanted to be, and that's what we do. That is the message of all news streaming platforms. Howard Beale. Do you hear what I'm saying? Howard Beale. It was wonderful, beauteous. Now let me give you another example of something. This is what, I didn't watch a second of this CNN business, but this is what I saw today. Watch carefully, and please, if you're drinking something or eating, spit it out, swallow, get ready, because you're going to wax emetic when you see this thing.
Manifesting, channeling their inner brat, and being their most demure selves.
By the way, what's the name of this Brit chick on the left? What's her name? Rita Ora. That's another story. One day, Rita, if ever you're interested, we know all about you, honey. We know all. But trust me. Oh, man. Oh, there are whole people that I know about Rita Ora. Yeah. But this is, you wouldn't understand if I told you. Look at this thing on the right here. Check this out. New Year's Eve. What is the purpose of this? To acclimate you to this derangement.
Channeling their inner brat and being their most demure.
Demure. Look at this on the right. Look at this. What is this? Demure. Demure more? No. It's more like Manure versus demure.
And this next creator helped make the internet a bit more elegant. So
he made the internet more elegant. Look at this. Look at this. It looks like Roy Clark in drag.
So much so that dictionary.com named demure its word of the year.
Not her, it, her, it, them, him, it, they, not they, not, anyway.
Please welcome Jules LeBron.
Jules LeBron. Now, let me say something. As a member of the tribe, of the LeBron tribe, I am thinking, oh my God, take a look at this. Go ahead, please. Imagine this. You've landed on Earth. You got out of your spacecraft. You've been traveling forever. You got to stretch your legs, and you want to get a feel for Americans, or not Americans per se, but humans. And you come across this thing. This. What the hell is this?
Hi, hon.
Hi, Divas.
Hi.
We have a moment.
This one makes Toadie Fields look like Audrey Hepburn.
For a sec.
Matching divas wasn't even coordinated.
No,
Great minds
actually.
think alike.
Right?
Hi. Hi. Oh my God, it makes me cough. Makes me gag.
Did I make it?
I mean, double demure.
Okay, so as the expert, I want you to tell us if these trends are very demure, okay? First,
Absolutely.
Moo Dang the Pygmy Hippo.
Speaking of pygmy hippos, just saying. Now, let me just stop right there because this makes me sick. This is called CNN saying we're losing it.
Very cutesy.
Yeah.
Very
Now, look at this. Now, seriously, when you read this, this says Jules LeBron in Times Square. Is that her? Did they do this as a joke? Is she a hippo? Did they? You know, somebody there says, I'm going to fix this. Look, we're going out with a bang. And by the way, the whole purpose of CNN is to do everything in their power to just stay on the air by creating some kind of, what's his name, Andy Cohen getting drunk, or, you know, Anderson Cooper doing whatever.
Okay, Kendrick and Drake's rap beef.
Ooh.
I'm getting sick. I don't give a damn about this stuff anyway. Mowerman, ladies and gentlemen, says, Happy New Year to you and Mrs. L. Today's event, only a matter of when and where, and we are not close to being done yet. Open borders for 4 years and the new DEI, FBI. What a shock this happened. Spare me. Indeed. Pilgrim weighs in and says, Mr. L, I love you, but this is hard to take. This IAI is hard to take. This is hard to take. This is nothing. Get used to it. Cobb says, tagged you before on X Vegas is a huge story. Trust me. Tagged you before on X. Oh, yes. Vegas is a huge story. Oh, yeah, absolutely. A heifer on TV sponsored by Planet Fitness. There you go. Let's face it. That's called fat shaming, mister. But with all due respect, Cobbs, nothing's going to happen with this. Remember Mr. Paddock in Vegas? Remember that? Remember Paddock? Remember this sniper? What happened with that? Nothing. What happened with it? Nothing. Nothing happened. Did they get to the bottom of it? No. They never cared about what you think. They never cared. No, they don't care about that. What are you talking about? They don't care. They don't care. Now, a couple of things here. Let me show you this. This I want to, okay, where is this? Okay, this one here. Now, first of all, there is this comedian, I guess, Whitney Cummings. She thinks she is the funniest thing you have ever seen. Whitney Cummings, oh my God. She thinks she's the new comedian. All attitude. I sound like Jiminy Glick. Attitude. She is real funny. And guess what? She's making us be, well, I'm going to go on CNN. I know they're going to pull the plug. And I'm going to say some stuff. And they're saying, please set yourself on fire or anybody else with that. Do anything you want. Be the Human Torch. Safely, of course. Go nude. We're dying on CNN. We're not going to pull the plug. Say anything. Well, I've got a Moderna joke. Do it. I've got a Kamala joke. She lost. What are you going to get in trouble with? I got a Joe Biden joke. He's out of it. She takes the lowest of the lowest hanging fruit that nobody will take offense to. Nobody. And she acts like she's cutting edge. And she keeps stopping and she keeps saying, oh, and I'll show you some. Oh, Andy's responding to my Moderna joke. And Andy says, no, go ahead. We're dying. We're CNN. We don't care. Get nude. Self-immolate. Engage in intromission with a vagrant. I don't care. We're dying over here. But that's not her shtick. Well, I'm doing some ballsy stuff. And everybody on the internet said, she tore it up. She just, okay. This is the most tepid nonsense. They're so desperate to say, isn't this great? Watch this.
24 election fried our brains. The Democrats couldn't hold a primary because they were too.
She's just getting through her thing. She is just getting through her stuff as fast as possible. She is getting through her stuff. She is running through this, just running through it. Listen to this. She's nervous. And look at Andy. Andy doesn't care. Look at Anderson on the right with his little silly, little cutesy little thing there. Nobody cares, but she's pretending like she's going out on a ledge and she's rushing her material. Watch.
2024 election fried our brains. The Democrats couldn't hold a primary because they were too busy holding a body upright.
Now, it's not that funny. She thinks it's because, look at Andy, he's trying. Anderson's fallen asleep. Either that or his neck is in a spasm. Nobody cares. This is nothing. This is Joe Biden. She thinks she's really cutting edge. Whitney's roast. One more time. Get a feel for the speed.
Because they were too busy holding a body upright. Are we still rolling? Am I off?
Go for it.
You're not off because it's not even remotely. It's nothing.
It was amazing that the pro-choice party didn't give their voters one when it came to the presidential candidate.
Get it? Get it? They didn't give the pro-choice didn't give the Democrats a choice because it was Joe, and then they pulled Joe out and gave us numbnuts. So get it? It's kind of irony, pro-choice. I'm killing them. Here's my career. Who needs Johnny's couch? I'm doing CNN's New Year's Eve.
Kamala was forced on us so hard you'd think she was patented by Pfizer or Moderna, whichever one's. Oh, God. Andy just gave me a very scary look.
Andy hasn't given her a look. He doesn't give a shit what you say. I don't care. We're CNN. We're dying. Whitney, this is your best stuff. Start cussing. Drop an F-bomb. Flash. Do a shot. Do a mescaline shot. Do trank. Pretend you're in Kenzo. This ain't cutting it. You told us you were going to get us off the air. Believe me, this is the safest you'll ever be. In fact, we're going to play this again.
Oh! I love going around the country because you see that Americans really are more reasonable than they would be portrayed.
Absolutely.
They're pretty great. 100%. And I'm
wow.
playing bigger and bigger venues now. I thought being a mom would mean that less people would want to come see me. I'm now playing, like 3,000 seat theaters, awesome. Which is about the viewership of CNN these days.
Well,
Not
nice.
this show, though.
Nice.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? About the viewership of CNN. That was funny.
Awesome. Which is about the viewership of CNN these days.
Well,
Not
nice.
this show, though.
Nice.
All eyes are on this show.
Wow, you're all firing. Andy and I had a tour. We did like 3,000 theaters. Yes. Yeah.
This is the state of comedy, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, that's Whitney Cummings. Ooh, wasn't she bad? Didn't you just say, oh my God, stop it? You're going to lose your license. Oh, my God. We are so bereft of anything. You think this was a 7 dirty words? You think this is Bill Hicks? You think this is serious stuff when... Anyway. Pilgrim says, if she did a pull my finger joke, it would be better. Perhaps. But then before they showed her getting ready. I can't make you see this. Getting ready. You know what's the funny joke? You know what the funny joke is? This is what Whitney, I could kill Whitney with one thing. One thing only. Very, very simple. This is all I would do. If you had to say, okay, can you do better than Whitney? Yeah, I think so. I think I can. I think I can figure a few things out. Yeah, I think I can. Really? Yeah, I got a few things. Well, what would you do? Well, how funny do you want to get? You want to get real funny, real scary? How about this? This will kill him.
In order to conduct this,
that's it.
He was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did.
Good luck, Whitney.
Because of the nature and the indices that we have on the scene.
Now, if this was a real comedy, Saturday Night Live, they would be in the writer's room right now, even though it was whatever it was. But they can't because this is New Orleans and she's from, I don't know what her, but they got that Delaro, whatever that lady, the Rosado Delaro, they got that crazy one with the purple hair in California. You got this one. And what you've got is, again, the acclamation, ladies and gentlemen. They're telling you, get ready. Get ready for this. We're not going to, well, you're going to get used to this. Now, by the way, this lady, this is so bad. On Face the Nation, I don't know who she was, but they acted. And they're still acting like, I can't believe they're actually going on these shows and claiming, actually, seriously claiming that Joe Biden might not have been really ready for the job, that he was somehow gone mentally, cognitively, neurologically, senescently, and they're actually coming, they're coming out and they're doing all. There's nothing. This woman was so, I think, so rational and reasonable, I think, on Face the Nation, and people were going crazy.
They started and took off in the wake of the Dobbs decision. The court's ruling that overturned Roe versus Wade. The outrage over that decision was so extreme that you saw, I think, a quite calculated effort to undermine the legitimacy of the Supreme Court by Democrats, Senate Democrats, for example, hearings, stories about scandals, some of which were pretty overblown, to say the least. So that has an impact on public opinion. The public starts to believe that this court is corrupt, that this is, it's on the take, none of which is true. I mean, this is still a court. You may disagree with their decisions. It's a very conservative court. It is not a corrupt court. These are 9 justices who have very different views on how to interpret the Constitution, who are kind of in this titanic struggle over law, not politics. Absolutely. Even the immunity decision. I mean, that decision was so misreported to say that the court was going to save Trump from a criminal trial. No, it wasn't. That was never the decision. In fact, that decision is going to help protect Joe Biden from any future prosecution by Donald Trump if he wanted to do that. So, when we look at public opinion polls, sure, the court's taken a hit, but that's true over the years. The court often takes a hit. So do other institutions. And the court's opinion, court's public opinion remains much higher than our.
Does this guy on the left look? He's got a stick up his. Seriously, like he's got some type of like he sat on a plunger or something. He doesn't look very comfortable. And look at these 2 stiffs there. They're wondering, what are we doing?
Other institutions, including the White House, Congress, and by far the news media. It really starts.
She's terrific, but she said basically nothing. She said nothing. I mean, it was good, but it was nothing. I mean, it was good, but it was nothing. K2Z says, where is Rosanna Dania when you need her? Indeed. Now, here's something interesting. Go to X. I just put in the name Latoya Destroya. Great stuff. Somebody says, all you have to do is Google Mayor Latoya Cantrell to realize why Louisiana leadership does not trust her to handle this appropriately. She's under investigation for many of her own crimes, and the city's infrastructure has completely fallen apart under her watch. Not to mention the skyrocketing crime. Then we get this one, ladies and gentlemen. How about this? Mayor Latoya Cantrell rose to power surrounded by a team of DEI hires. This is Ed Massey, by the way, posted, with anti-establishment approach to running New Orleans. Entering into her last year in office, the mayor has been weighed down by low approval numbers, a series of controversies, and a federal investigation. So, as usual, a price to pay for electing non-qualified candidates to run offices in your city, happening in all big cities across the USA. The slaughter of innocent civilians in big cities will continue until law and order is restored and liberalism and woke policies eliminated. January 20th can't come soon enough. That's what we keep hearing. All you've got to do is listen to our own Mayor Eric Adams. Dear God, you wouldn't get into an Uber with this guy, and he's the mayor. He's the mayor. I'm trying to see this. Post meant to keep, it's from Washington Post. Post meant to keep vehicles from driving onto Bourbon Street were not in place at the time of Wednesday's attack because they were being replaced ahead of the Super Bowl. Okay. Kind of defeats the purpose, don't you think? I'm just saying. Call me wacky. New Orleans has hydraulic barricades to stop vehicle attacks. They weren't raised last night. The attacker was a U.S. military vet wielding an AR in, this is what somebody writes, an AR in body armor plus IEDs. Trump Tower takes a cyber explosion in Vegas. My deep state spidey sense is at 11. Next, New Orleans incompetent mayor Latoya Cantrell with recently installed incompetent Granny Skank police chief and Kilpatrick, previously from the desecrated and devastated streets of Oakland, California. WTF is wrong with this country and these demonic big city cesspools of death. This is why you should read X. Wow. New Orleans Mayor Latoya Cantrell, federal investigation, chief of police and assistant SAT. These are the greatest things in the world. This is where X is wonderful. This is incompetence. Ladies and gentlemen, how do I say this? Pilgrim says, are the Dems going to confiscate cars now? Well, you notice how they kept saying it was a car. It was a car. It was a car. It was a car. A car. A car. A car. No, it was a person. A car. A car did it. A car did it. Now, one more thing. And this has nothing to do with anything, but listen carefully. Diddy is going to find out. I know you don't care about it. But his only hope was Trump. Trump would come in, maybe under a new DOJ. Trump would find that Diddy was the victim of his own form of kind of lawfare, right? Diddy's going to have to live down this one.
Like Trump need to be banished.
White men like, one more time. Diddy, what was that again, please? One more time.
White men like Trump need to be banished.
Need to be banished. Okay, all right.
That way of thinking is real dangerous.
Really? This is going to haunt you, big guy.
This man literally threatened the lives of us and our families.
He literally, there's that word literally, bruh, literally changed the lives of you and your families?
About going to vote.
About going to vote. I don't remember that, Sean.
Mm-hmm. Stand back and stand by.
Stand back and stand by.
Yeah.
We're in a war. We're not taking this like it's a war. We're taking this like, oh, we're in a presidential election.
Oh, this isn't a war? Oh, you're in a war? Said the man who's in prison and faces the rest of his life behind bars? Is there some war there? Is it?
No, we're in a war of love versus hate.
A war of love versus hate. What does that mean? Not a clue.
The number one priority is to get Trump out of office.
Really? Well, let's see about that. That's going to haunt you back, you schmuck. You little boy, you little child, you benighted moonbat who believes your own tripe. They're going to break it off in you, my friend. Wait till you see what justice is. It hurts. And the pain from laughing, I thank you, sir. Johnny Maz Spaz, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Curious, too, says, fill us in on Mayor Adams and not wanting to get into an Uber with him. Thanks. No, just let's talk to him. Just listen to him. Listen to him. I mean, we are not talking a wunderkind. We're talking some serious, we're talking a lot of gray matter that needs to be helped. This is not a whiz bang. This guy is, and he's so scared because he doesn't know what to do. They came after him. And by the way, this really quick, they're getting him off of they're actually indicting him for taking upgrades, airline, I think, and hotel upgrades. No, he's a jadrul. And all of his cronies, all of his friends just line him up and say, this is the best you can do. They were his buddies, his friends, his posse. And they're almost all gone. When Rudy Giuliani came in, say what you want, he picked people like Randy Mastro, who is a incredibly sick, all from the U.S. Attorney's Office. Randy Levine, who's a president of the Yankees. He had the best police. But let me tell you something. Jessica Tisch, the new police commissioner, when I first saw her on her first press conference, oh, dear God, this girl looked like a woman, not a girl, looked like a fish out of water, scared out of her mind. She was in charge of sanitation. She has been superb. She has clean house. He had like 30 officers. The thugs, Caban. It was the worst. This guy, when you have basically thugs, and he's a thug, Eric Adams, this guy had his own problem with it when he was a captain. We don't know what. He had to retire unceremoniously. They withstood, fought the release of disclosure of his own records, everything. I mean, this guy, he lived in Fort Lee for the longest time. Then he claimed he was such a liar. Then he lived in a basement in the Bronx. I mean, just come on. And now the good news is here for the first time, Curtis Sliwa, who is a very smart guy, but comes across sometimes, used to be as a cartoon character, but not so much anymore. He has a guardian angel, and he's offered his services of his troop, so to speak, in the subway system, especially after this newest case of a man who was, by the way, never stand on the platform. There are people who do this, and I don't know why. They go to the end of the platform and they look down the tube. I promise you, you will not miss the train. You will see the light coming. Don't stand. If you stand there, some guy came out of nowhere, pushed him right in front of the train. That's his American culture for you. So Curtis Sliwa said, we're going to put the guardian angels back. And of course, Eric Adams doesn't like it because it makes the police look bad, but the police look bad on their own. Because you don't want some, quote, vigilante neighborhood group to come in and do what you're supposed to be doing in the first place. Now, Curtis Sliwa would make a great mayor. But last time, all he kept talking about was feral cats. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. I know you're thinking, what? He married a very nice lady, I think, who was into cats or animal welfare or something. And all Curtis talked about was feral cats. Wild cats. And what do you do? And send cats out to eat the mice and the rats. That's all he was talking. He's an ailerophile to the nth degree. I hope he knocks that off. But of course, we believe that if the rumors have it that he has to get the okay from his benefactor, Katsimatidis, can I run? Okay, can I run? Well, let's see about that. He would be phenomenal. Phenomenal. Okay? And remember, this is a radio station that had Sid Rosenberg with that profanity-laden spewage of whatever it was at the Madison Square Garden. Remember that one? One of the first one? What was that about? Anyway, I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if this is going to be true, but let me tell you what I do. When I want to get into the business of, dare I say, predicting stuff, I always say, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if something happens. But I wouldn't be surprised if the folks like the Soroses and others started to just infiltrate and bankroll every tranny, every transgender, every non-binary lunatic with a bad wig and a bad attitude and 100 pounds overweight, some scary, just fill everything. Judiciary, city council, school boards, this one in the Congress. We've got no beef against the notion individually, but that's not what Soros wants. He wants to mess things up. Now, he, of course, cannot compete with Elon. By the way, you know what I found out about Elon Musk? Every single Tesla is connected, or at least truck, is connected to the Tesla plant or headquarters, so that if there had been anything wrong with it, they would have known ahead of time. So it was obviously used as a means of conveying or sending explosives and the like. So get ready, my friends. In front of Trump Tower. And you know that once you do this, they're going to say, oh, should we do? Now, thank God, at least Tesla trucks are expensive. They're hard to, but the symbology of that could not be missed. Come on. January 20th couldn't come soon enough, my friends. On my X, Twitter, whatever, I reposted a picture. And it's a tiger. The tiger is lying on its side, and its testicles are exposed at the end. And there's a guy with his hand, I guess, in the cage, about to go boop to the exposed cojones of the tiger. And it says something like 2025 is about to get interesting. This is going to be the wildest year ever. So enjoy yourself at Mar-a-Lago. How about that Lara Trump? Oh, did you hear her singing? Did you hear that? She's serious. She's serious. You ever have people who say, come on, sing. Oh, no, come on. Come on, Lara. No, I can't. She was ready. I don't know if she was a beauty pageant person who thinks she can sing, but believe me, keep the day job. You know what I mean? And they were like this, okay, all right. I will survive, or whatever she was singing, or I won't back down. You're not going to back down? And of course, they had Trump doing the YMCA, and Melania basically moved her arms and and they said, look at her getting down and dancing. She moved her arms. And also, does anybody think of Elon's kid might be saying, would you put me down? Seriously, this may look comfortable, but I'm on your neck. And I mean, I know I get to thank you, but I want to sit in a chair. This is not, I'm on your neck all the time. It's got to be tough for you too. I mean, after a while, you weigh a lot. Can you put me down? And where is Vivek? What, is he gone? Is he gone? Margaret Truman. That's very funny. Remember what Harry Truman said? The fellow who was a music critic or somebody from the Washington Post, he said, when I see you, he wrote this. He criticized Margaret's singing voice. He wrote this on White House letterhead. He says, when I see you and you get done, you're going to need a beefsteak for your eye and a jockstrap. Basically, I'm going to punch you in the eye and kick you in the balls. Is this beautiful or what? Deb Kemp says, I saw that Ann thing ran into two pedestrians. I saw that Ann thing ran into two pedestrians in New Orleans. An Ann thing. I don't know what that means. But what is the Ann thing? Anyway, maybe I must be dense. I must be dense. In any event, did we have a great day today? Did we have a great... I couldn't do the morning thing. I just was ready. Last night, I was in bed. Mrs. L, 12 o'clock. Wake up! Come on, slapping me. I was like, what are you doing? Slapping me. Wake up! God damn it. Anyway, I'm kidding, of course. But I was just... It was nice. It was raining like a son of a bitch. clouds, thunder. Storms were great. Drones were out. It was incredible. So that's over. But we get down to brass tacks now, my friend. It's going to get good. Do you hear me? Do you hear what I say? It's going to be good. Pilgrim said, remember FDR's commie vice president? You mean Wallace? He was great. Wallace was fantastic. By the way, his commie vice president, theoretically, you mean Truman? Anyway, that's beside the point. Wallace was fantastic. Don't believe that tripe. In any event, dear friends, what a night. What a night. What a night. So to you wonderful folks, to Pilgrim, Deb Kemp, Curious 2, Johnny Maz Spaz, K2Z, thank you, Gerald Armstrong, Cobbs, Pilgrim, Mowerman, our man, Freedom, IRS, Linda Hazlitt, thank you. Let me see. White Monkey, thank you. I think Johnny Maz Spaz, I think we said that. Sicilian Boogeyman, Carolina Guy, and DB. Thank you for your thoughts and comments and otherwise. Have a great, by the way, Mrs. L has a terrific, go to her at Lynn's Warriors right now. Right this moment. We did a great live piece today. It was wonderful. It was great. And also, she's got a piece that's going to, what am I trying to say? A piece that will run accordingly. And by the by, I'm going to give you this one too. This is very, very important. I want you to, let me see something here. I want you, there we go. This is, I just did one before. This is the forgotten channel. This is my Lionel legal channel. Here it is right here. I want you to go right there, and I want to double up on this for two reasons. One, I tend to be a little more, dare I say, legalistic, and I enjoy that very, very much. It's wonderful. But I want you also to go and just be a part of this and sign up. I ask you for this. Very, very simple thing. Lionel Legal. Go there right now. Because you can't have enough of this. You can't have enough channels. And you can be the first one on your blog. So thank you for that. In any event, thank you. Have a great and a glorious night. January 1st. We'll be back tomorrow in the morning. Today I had to. Last night was so wild. It was just so wild for me. You have no idea. I'm not even gonna remember last night. It was crazy, cray, out of control. I mean, it was wild. Chandelier time, whips and chains and Great Danes, hospital for life. Remember the great Martin Mull said that. Deb Kemp says I was referring to. Ann Kirkpatrick. Okay, I did not know that. You must be. I saw that Ann thing. Ran into two pedestrians in New Orleans. By the way, she's not really a thing. She's more of a, you know what's funny? She is, like, I thought, what is she, 80 years old? She's a year younger than me. The one who freaked me out, Tim Walz, I thought he was in his mid-70s. I mean, this is like, he's younger than both. I don't know what's the matter. Something's not right. Something's not right. So in any event, you have a great, 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 great and a glorious day. Please don't ever change. I mean that sincerely. We'll see you in the morning. And until then, my friends, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Tat.